If you'd like to see more of our videos, hit the subscribe button to stay on top of the market news. Good morning, traders. Welcome to today's market review. This is Fred Razak at CMtrading. Today's May 11, 2020, and today is Monday morning. Welcome back to everybody from last Friday, and we're looking at the Dow Jones continuing to surge higher, okay, after the NFP number came out last week. But first, let's take a look at the market. So we're going to first take a look at the currencies. We're watching the Australian dollar gain, almost back to pre-coronavirus situation. And the other majors are pretty much unchanged. Looking at the Dow Jones, it pushed higher after the NFP as we spoke. And this is really a novelty, okay? It's a novelty because we still haven't seen the end of this pandemic. So it's a little bit of a question why it is challenging higher, but we're going to take a look at the stocks individually. Now, looking at the commodities, gold and oil pretty much unchanged. And lastly, looking at the stocks, it's really the FANG stocks that continue to trade higher and push the markets higher. It's the Facebook, the Amazon, the Apple, the Netflix, and the Google, all trading much higher. But let's take a look at the markets and see what we can expect from today's trading. So we're going to first take a look at the Aussie US dollar at a daily chart. You can see pretty much this was the debacle from the outspread of the coronavirus and then the correctional move on the upside. And we're pretty much at pre-coronavirus situation. So there's a little bit of a resistance here at 65.45. So if we do break above this, we can head into the 66.37-ish area or trade a little bit lower here. So that may be a possible trade today. Now, looking at the other majors, were pretty much unchanged, okay? GBP USD, not much doing. Euro USD also trading between this range, just jumping off of this 782-ish level to 842, which is really not much of a trade, altogether. Now, jumping into the Rand, it does look like it's getting stronger here, okay? We're developing at least a short-term downward trend line. As you can see, not breaking above this trend line. Every time we're bouncing, we're going lower. Now, the telltale sign will be right here, okay? If it does break below this 18-ish level, okay, 1820-ish level, and does get some we may see it actually hit the 18, and if it corrects there, it could go to 1784, which would be a relief for the South African Rand, getting a little bit stronger versus the dollar. Now, jumping into the commodities, like I said, not much doing. We're looking at gold trading at 1705, right there at par. Okay, the reason I call it par is because our upper limit is 1740, lower limit is 1673, and we're right smack in the middle of that. Jumping into oil as well, it looks like it's flattening its trading range right here at 2433. That may continue until we see some more restrictions being lifted from the coronavirus situation. Now, jumping into the Dow Jones, we're trading a little bit lighter now, okay, but you could see this massive rally we had last week, really unbelievable. Okay, we traded as low as 23,200-ish level, and then taking it up, okay, as the week waned into the end of the week into the NFP, we traded at this area throughout the NFP. Okay, right here was a lot of volume, and there was a very choppy morning, okay, last Friday. And then right afterwards, we broke above it from 24,159, and that's all she wrote. And once we broke above it, we rallied to 24,400-ish level. And now we're taking a little bit of a breather right here. So we're about 100 points off of our highs. Now, it may rally back, may retrace back to this 24,300-ish level before taking higher. So that may actually happen later today if that's what happens, okay? We do look at this. We're still very cautious on the upside because this may still have a correctional move on the downside. Now, what's disconcerting about a downwards momentum is that the stocks are going higher, okay? If we look at the NASDAQ, much stronger than the Dow, trading at 92.50. Again, only 500 points from our all-time highs. Now, jumping into Apple, we broke above $300 last week into 309 territory, and we're only about $15 to $16 off of our all-time highs. If you look at Amazon, very close to our all-time highs. Microsoft, very close to our all-time high, only $4 or $5 away. So you see the stocks are really being very strong. Let's jump into Facebook, okay? These are all our FANG stocks. Facebook trading at 211, off of about $11 off of our all-time high. Google as well, daily chart. Okay, Google's the only one that's a little bit weaker than all the others. However, okay, when we look at some of the Dow components, the Dow stocks, and the one that you guys know that I like to go to is JP Morgan, it's flat, $92 a share, not breaking out higher, even though the market's bringing out higher. So now you have a collection of strong stocks, okay, a list of them, of all the FANG stocks, and you have a collection of weak stocks. Now, at any given time, if the market goes higher, you want to buy the strong stocks, and if the market goes down, you want to short the weaker stocks in the premise that they'll sell off. Okay, now this has happened several times before as we've made corrections in the market. Now, I'm not prophesizing that we're going to make a correction in the Dow Jones just today, but just be aware that we had a massive rally in it already, and we are selling off into this morning, just a little bit, 100 points. So with that said, it may still correct itself later today, okay? But just realize that the stocks are still very, very strong, okay? Maybe people will take some of their profits off the table from our lows from when we hit back in March. So a couple of things looking into this week. There's no major economic news for today, but there will be trading. And as the saying goes, sell in May and go away. So sometimes as the markets gets weaker into May, you may see a sell-off. Okay, so that's just to keep in the back of your mind. This is Fred Razak. I want to wish you guys a great trading day. Thank you.